Good morning. Welcome to another somatic check-in today, where I am. The sun is shining, which even though I'm inside, always makes things a little bit better. And I wonder if you can take a moment to notice what the weather is like if you have a view of the outside today to begin with. And kind of just notice what it feels like to notice whatever the weather is like outside today. And then, as always, let's start with breath. It's always a great place to start this breathing. And like I do every morning, I'm going to encourage you to make that exhale, that out breath, longer than your inhale. So you might want to even count 1, 2, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4, if that helps you kind of keep that proportion. I just make sure I breathe out a lot longer than I breathe in, honestly. And I would really invite you to make a sound on the out breath. It feels really good. The sound doesn't have to be pretty. And we'll do 3 breaths together. Please go at your own lung capacity this morning. And as always, I'm also going to invite you to check in with yourself now that we've done some breathing. Just let's take a baseline before I share another somatic exercise, and turn your attention and focus inwards. You can close your eyes if you want to. You can just lower your gaze, or you can keep them open, whatever feels most comfortable to you this morning. So just notice how your body is doing. How are your muscles? Are they tense or relaxed? Are there places that are tight, places that are a little bit looser? How's your heart rate? Is your heart beating fast or slower? How's your heart emotionally as well? What are the thoughts that are going around in your head? How's your breathing? Is it deep? Is it shallow this morning? And of course, everything in between. So we're just noticing with as much curiosity and non-judgment as we can handle. Just noticing. And as you notice where your body's at, like I do every morning, I'm going to invite you to see if you can relax into gravity even 1 or 2% more. So whether your feet are on the floor, or you're sitting on a chair or the couch, or sitting up in bed, or lying down on the bed, or lying down on the floor, see if you can let that gravity, that support, hold you a little bit more than it does right now. Just relaxing into it. I always notice my seat bones are a little bit like that, but a bit tense before I relax into my seat. And all you're doing at the moment is just breathing and noticing that support, that point of contact between your body and whatever is holding you this morning, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying down. And again, with curiosity, as much non-judgment as you can handle today, how are you doing? And can you let the support underneath you hold you? And this morning, the somatic practice that I would like to share with you might seem a little woo-woo, a little weird, but please go with me. A lot of our practices are a little bit dorky, as the teenagers I work with would say. So let's try it out, and I hope it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. So what I would like for you to do is to imagine that your arms and your legs are like drains. We have a lot of worries at the moment, and so this technique might help you kind of release some of the worries that we might be holding. If your legs are crossed, I would really invite you to uncross them. And so uncross your legs, let your arms hang out if you can. I'm kind of letting them hang out by the sides of my chair, and kind of let your fingers loose. Your legs are just hanging out there. And so all you're doing is imagine that as you're breathing, every time you breathe out, you can breathe out through your arms and through your legs anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Maybe any worries that you have, any fear that you might have, any anxiety you might have in this moment. And don't worry, you can always pick those up later. If you don't have to let them go forever. But just for this moment, let's see if we can let go of some of them. And so all you're doing is breathing. And as you're breathing out, imagining that those arms and legs are just like drains. And that everything as you breathe out can easily just drip off through your fingertips, through the soles of your feet, into the ground. The earth knows how to compost everything, even our fear, anxiety, and worries. If you want to, even your spine could act as a drain, with things just then dripping out through your tailbone. So all we're doing is breathing, and letting our arms and legs hang. And as you breathe, imagine that as you're breathing out, all those worries, all those anxieties, all those fears can easily just leave your body through those drains of your arms and your legs, and maybe even your spine if that feels good. And they're just flowing down to the ground so the earth can compost them. We'll do that for just 3 or 4 breaths more. Like I said, you can always pick them up later if you're worried about letting them go. Then if you need to shake your hands a little bit or move your feet a little bit to come out of the exercise, you can. And take a moment to notice how you're feeling now after doing that. Again, with curiosity and as much non-judgment as you can manage in this moment. Are things the same, a little bit different? Whatever has happened, it's okay. And then, as I usually do, I'm going to invite you to orient outwards. And after we orient outwards, we're going to finish up with some vooing. So take a moment to look around you and see if you can see or hear something that feels pleasant, comforting, or neutral. We got into that practice in more depth yesterday. Today we do it a little bit faster. I'm noticing some really nice purple in my room. I have like a little purple corner here. So I'm just going to look at that purple for a couple of breaths. Noticing the color, noticing the shape and the texture. And focusing my attention on that for a couple of moments. So we're focusing on something pleasant, comforting, or neutral in your surrounding and taking a couple of breaths into that. And again, taking a moment to notice what difference might or might not make to focus on something pleasant, neutral, or comforting in our surrounding. And if it is helpful, that's something that we can always do, orienting outwards for a moment, especially if there's a lot going on inside that can be helpful. And to finish up, let's do some vooing this morning. I've gone into that on vooing in another video, but very basically what it is taking a big breath in, as deep as you can make it, and then on the out breath we just make the sound woo, voo, but trying to kind of vibrate it in our body. And breathe out as long as you can, even if the sound has run out. Just let all your breath out and then breathe in again, and we'll do it 3 times. We all have different lung capacity, so please don't go at my lung capacity, go at yours, whatever that might be. And we'll do that together 3 times to finish up. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. I know it's always helpful for me to start the day, grounded, and I hope that the drain technique that I shared is helpful for you. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning around 8:20 a.m. I know I'm not very precise with my timing, but usually I try to be on between 8:20 and 8:25. I'll do my best to be as close to 8:20 a.m. as I can. I'll leave the video up here, and I'll also put the video up on my YouTube channel if you want to share it with people who don't have Facebook and don't want to log into Facebook. I hope your day is spacious and that you are supported and that you're safe and well and that you're held. Thanks again. Bye. Thank you.